We are in the 26th day. 26 is a lucky number if you play the lottery. 26 is the numerical value of Yudke Vavke. Somebody once asked me, how much is 1 plus 1? Echad ve'od echad. So I told him it's 2. So he says, no, it's wrong. It's 26. 26? He says, how much is the numerical value of echad? 13. So how much is 13 plus 13? Echad ve'od echad? 26. Hashem echad, u'shmo echad. Hashem is one and his name is one. 26. We all know that when we go up to Shamayim, we are going to be judged by the Master of the Universe. Don't think for 1 second you can avoid this day. And even if we're lucky and Mashiach comes today, we're still going to have to stand in trial in front of the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Now, it's not exactly a trial like you imagine, but it's kind of the same like how it goes on in this world. There's judges in front of you, there's a defense, there's the prosecution, witnesses are being subpoenaed, and there's one thing that doesn't happen in this world in court cases, but happens in the world above. That they take the neshama and they show the soul a scene. And there's something going on in the scene. And they ask the soul to be the judge of that scene. And whatever the soul will judge, they end up telling to the soul, that scene was you. We just blurred the face so you didn't know it's you. So they're kind of letting the soul bring judgment on itself. And of course, if the person is merciful, then he will see a certain situation. They would ask him, how should we judge this person? So he would say, leave him alone. Have some mercy on this person. I think he was under stress. I think he had a lot of problems that moment when he did that act. Maybe he wasn't noticing. And then, of course, they say, good, so you judge yourself in a very nice way. You're good. But many times, there'll be a situation, and the soul will be like, get him! Burn him! How dare he do this and that? And after he pulls the judgment, they tell him, by the way, it was you. So our sages tell us, לעולם הווה דן כל אדם לכף זכות. Always judge a person favorably. And the Mishnah goes in length in different situations how we need to judge people. First of all, it says that we should always judge a person favorably. Then in a different Mishnah it says, Al tadin et chavercha ad shetagia lemekomo. Don't judge another person till you stand in his position. And then the Mishnah concludes, there's only one judge, and that's the Master of the Universe. So in any time that you pour judgment on somebody, you're kind of telling the Kadosh Baruch Hu, I also want to be a judge. Which the Kadosh Baruch Hu will tell you, I didn't appoint you to be a judge. You are not a judge. There's only one judge, and that's the Master of the Universe. The sad reality is that we all think that we are judges. Not that I'm trying to come here in a situation between two people, ויבוא השלישי ויכריע ביניהם, that they come the third ones and will decide what should be the judgment between two people. Rather, that all day long, I'm looking at situation and I'm judging them. The sad reality is that 99.9% of the time, my judgment is 100% wrong. 99% of the time, 100% is wrong. That's usually the case, because I do not know what's going on in the situation. I don't know what preceded the scene. I don't know the acting people in the situation. I don't know nothing. But I'm very quick to look and to have right away a judgment in my mind. Now, why is that so bad? Because usually when I judge a person wrong, then I will treat that person wrong. I will behave to the person wrong. I will eventually talk about this person wrong. I will say lashon hara, slander, gossip. And I will also treat this person the wrong way. If somebody tells me this person is a crook, he's not really a poor person, he's asking for money from everybody, but he's fine. How do you know? Well, you are his accountant, you know his bank account information. Now what happens is if I hear it, I might not give him charity next time. And this is one example out of many, of course. The point is that try to once monitor your judgmental thoughts for one day. And you will be judgmental on yourself, as they say, and you'll see how judgmental you are. Now, after you do that, try one day not to be judgmental. Every situation that you see, move away. It's none of my business. It's not. I don't need to put my nose there. Now, there are, of course, situations that you have to be judgmental, but that's one out of. So we're going to elaborate on this much more later. Now I want you to focus on three things. The first thing to focus on is choose one day. You can start today, it's still early. And to focus how many times a day you're judging situations. Doesn't matter right now if you're judging it wrong or right. How many times a day you judge a situation. And then you'll come up with a certain number. Maybe 3 times, and you're doing pretty good. Maybe 30. Maybe 50. Now, you might not be able to count it precise. But the point is that you want to first see how judgmental you are. A lot or a little. Then the next day, try to be not judgmental at all. And every time that you have this desire or urge, or you actually find yourself judging somebody, stop. Try one day not to judge a person at all. And after you have the numbers from both days, then every time that you see a situation, you have to understand that the Kadosh Baruch Hu is showing you yourself. When you are looking at a person and you right away saying, look, I'm behaving. Or many other thoughts that comes to your mind, you have to have a red light. An alarm goes off to tell you this moment the Kadosh Baruch Hu is showing you. Hashem is showing you yourself. So right now you're looking at a person from above to below. How dare he say this? Look how he's behaving. Look how he's driving. Look how he screams at his kid. Look how he's doing this. Look how he's that. Know that at this moment, Kadosh Baruch Hu is having a lot of mercy on you. And he says, I'm going to show you how you look. So yesterday we said that Kadosh Baruch Hu puts around you a lot of people and they act as your mirror. Now the Kadosh Baruch Hu is putting another mirror and he says, look how you look. That's how you look. One time I remember I saw a certain individual behaving in a certain way and it was very hard not to judge the individual. And then this light, this epiphany came into my mind and I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. I'm looking at myself right now. And that's how I look. And I was embarrassed for myself, not for that person. It just came to me. I was like, I can't believe it. I'm now looking at this person. In my mind, I'm mocking him, laughing. Look how he looks, how he behaves. Who does he think he is? And then it hit me that it's me. Just looks different. And then I started looking at people, how they behave. Right away, of course, came all these thoughts, disgusting thoughts. And I was like, that's me. That's me. That's me, that's me, that's me. Till I figured out that Hashem is showing me in a different body. So take these 3 points. We're going to elaborate it in the class in the afternoon. Go one day to be judgmental on you, how judgmental you are. Be judgmental to yourself. And you can ask yourself, you see a situation, should I judge this person like this? Should I judge that? And see how judgmental you are. Next day, try to turn the switch off every time you have something to think about or like to say in your mind, then shut it off to see if you have the ability to control yourself. And then third, every situation that you see, know in this moment Hashem is showing you yourself. It doesn't mean it will be exactly the same, but the Kadosh Baruch Hu is sending you a hint. It's kind of like Hashem is highlighting. You know, sometimes in a presentation, everything is dim and one thing is highlighted. So when you are being pulled around, or your focus is going on something, and right away, the wheels are turning in your mind, know in this moment Hashem is highlighting this situation for you to stop and say, uh-oh, that's me. It's kind of like, you know, when you're going in stores, now we're kind of used to having cameras everywhere. But when cameras started coming out, I remember people will stand in stores and look at the screen and see themselves, and they would go like, try to recognize themselves in the camera. Same thing here. There's cameras on us, and whatever is recording you is projected on a different screen. Because you can't look at this screen. This is too hard for me to look at myself. I will kind of look like a fool going like this all day long. So the Kadosh Baruch Hu is taking this screen and projecting it where I can see. So what I see is, in other words, Hashem telling me, don't forget that there's only one judge. Me. Not me. Hashem, of course. Hashem is telling you, I am the judge. You are not a judge. Do not judge. Be humble and understand that what I'm showing you is you. This is a live feed, as they say. So just know that the Kadosh Baruch Hu is projecting your behavior on other people, and you recognize it because it's you. And you know where you see a similar scene? In dreams. Did you ever see yourself in a dream? No. Why? Because in a dream you only see around. Because the dream is a reflection of reality. You don't see yourself. That's why you don't dream of yourself. In the dream you are aware that it's you. But have you ever saw yourself in a dream? No. Yeah? Maybe you were holding a picture. The point is that we have a 360 degree panoramic view of the world, but I don't know who invented 360. Who says it's not 361, and that 1 degree that you're missing is yourself. Because we see on an axis, we see all around us, but we cannot see ourselves in most cases. So we have mirrors, and we have now cameras, as they call it, selfies. All day long people are taking pictures of themselves. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I will do also a selfie for you. I'll show you how you look. So he shows us how we look in other people. And then figure out and internalize that there's only one judge, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Don't push him away from his job. And when I push him away from his position of being the judge, then I am going to end up judging myself. And if I'm used to judging people wrong, I'm going to judge myself wrong. So just for your own sake, judge people right and fair, because eventually you are going to be in that position. And there's a Mishnah that says, whatever you don't like people to do to you, don't do to other people. Why? Because you're going to end up the same way that you end up judging people, that's how people are going to judge you. You're bringing on yourself the exact same energy. B'ezrat Hashem, let's give the honor and the respect to the real judge. En dan ela yechidi. There's only one judge, and that's the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem echad, u'shmo echad.